What is up YouTube? My name is Javier. I'm going to teach you guys about dating and how you can become the best version of who you are. So today we will talk about something which a lot of people feel and something which I felt for a very long time about myself, and that is the feeling of not being good enough. Now this feeling, it's like a virus, because once it's developed inside you, it starts affecting every area of your life slowly, especially your dating life. So when you go out and you're about to approach a girl, you start getting a lot of negative thoughts. You start thinking that she's too pretty, she won't talk to you, and if you approach her, you're actually disturbing her, you're actually interrupting her, and after that you decide that okay, I'm not going to do the approach at all. And this also happens when you're already talking to a girl, everything is going fine, but in your head you're thinking what to say next, how to keep it interesting, because you're thinking that if I don't say something great, if I don't say something interesting, I will lose her, she will get bored, So instead of enjoying the moment when she's actually there with you, when she's actually interested in you, you're thinking what to do next. And that's how you fuck it up even more. Ever felt that? Because I did. Now when I started my journey, I was going through a very bad period of my life. I had no self-esteem, I was always a shy kid, and it was so bad that when I used to go out and I used to see a group of people laughing, I used to think that they're actually making fun of me. And in my school, in my class, when teacher used to ask a question, and even when I knew the answer, I just could not raise my hand up, because I'm thinking that if I raise my hand up, I will have to speak in front of the whole class, and that used to scare me a lot. That's when I thought that maybe fitness is the way. I will get a great body, I will look good, and I will start feeling good about myself, and everything is gonna be fine after that. And that actually helped me a bit. I got a girlfriend, but after a few months she left me. Then I suffered from depression for 7 to 8 months. I went through therapy, and after that obviously I opened my laptop and I started searching about how to talk to girls. A friend of mine told me that, bro, there's a community of guys who actually go out and approach women, and women talk to them. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you saying? Like, are you serious? And I'm like, okay dude, I want to try this. Because I remember my first approach, I was so nervous. It took me 30-40 minutes just to do the approach. So I was in a mall and I saw this girl, she was looking very cute. And in my head, I was very sure, that she won't talk to me. But I'm like, okay bro, let's just try it. Kya pata maybe ho jaye. Let's just give it a shot. So I am following her for 30 minutes, which by the way is very wrong. And then I thought, bro, let's just do it. Now I'm walking towards her, and as I'm walking towards her, it felt like that the whole mall is looking at me. Like everybody in the mall, every single person is just looking at me. And then I finally did the approach. I said, excuse me, hi, I really like your dress. And she said, thank you very much, thank you very much. And I'm like, my name is Aviraj, what's your name? She told me her name, and then she said, I have to go. And I'm like, yeah, sure, it's fine. And then I was like so fucking happy, like what the fuck? Like it's actually possible. It actually worked. And that was the day when I decided that okay, this is what I want to do. Fuck everything else, this is what I want to do. And since then I did not stop. So from a guy who had social anxiety, from a guy who had depression, to a guy who can just walk up to anyone and start a conversation now, I have been through a lot. It's been a great journey. And on that journey, I also used to feel that I'm not good enough, that the girl won't talk to me, that if I'm approaching her, I'm actually disturbing her, I'm interrupting her, she might be busy. And that particular thinking pattern kept me away from doing a lot of approaches. And even when I used to do the approach, even when I was talking to the girl, things were going fine, I used to fuck it up, because in my head I'm constantly thinking that I am not good enough. Today we will permanently remove this feeling of being unworthy and feeling of not being good enough. So if you feel that you're depressed, if you feel that you're not good enough, if you feel that you suffer from social anxiety like I did, then this video is gonna help you a lot. For that, we will have to dive deeper into it, get to the root cause, and then fix it permanently. So I'm gonna start with the very basic stuff, and then I'm gonna dive deeper into it. So what I would say is that watch this video till the end, because that's how it's gonna work for you. So this feeling that you are not good enough comes from the mindset when you feel like you're constantly taking something from other people. When you're about to approach a girl and you're thinking that she won't talk to you and you're going to disturb her, it is because in your mind you believe that you're trying to get something from the girl, and in return you have nothing to offer. But as humans, we are social animals. We're supposed to talk to other humans, we're supposed to connect with other humans, we are supposed to socialize, because that is what makes us human, right? And that is exactly what creates a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure which you feel around girls. How? Because on one hand you're thinking that if I'm approaching a girl, I'm getting something from her, I'm trying to take something from the girl, which is a bad thing to do, right? And on the other hand, you know that okay, I'm a human and I'm supposed to socialize. So this internal battle which is going on inside your head, that is creating a lot of pressure and a lot of anxiety which you feel all the time whenever you're around women. So it starts from the mainstream media because it shows you actors in TV characters, TV shows, which makes you feel like you have to be perfect like Brad Pitt, Hank Moody from Californication, Barney from How I Met Your Mother. So when you keep consuming that over and over and over again, that starts becoming your reality. You start thinking that that's how attraction actually works. So when you start talking to women, you compare yourself with these people. You have unrealistic expectations in your head. You're thinking that attracting girls should happen like this because you see Hank Moody going up to a girl saying hi, and the next thing you know, girl goes home with him. But when you go out and you say hi to a girl, nothing happens. You don't get the same magical response. Why? Because game is not smooth. Guess what? Game is always gonna be messy. There is no perfect set, and also you don't have to be perfect to get the perfect set. You know why? Because it does not exist. What you see in TV, what you see in movies, that is not real. That is not how attraction actually works. So it's not about the lack of perfection in you, it's about the lack of actually taking action. Because in your head you're just looking for the perfect set, the smooth set, but in reality that does not exist. Okay, I'll tell you a very quick story. So me and my wing, we just did a night game session. It was December and it was a very cold night. So I'm sitting, I'm having chips and I'm talking to my wing. Okay, आज हमने ये करा and कल से ये करना है, ये problem हुई वगैरह वगैरह. We used to discuss it every single day. And then a car comes and the car stopped there. A girl steps out of the car and now I have my back towards her. So my wing told me that she actually said hi to me, but I totally ignored that because I was too busy talking to my wing. And the moment he said, bro, I think she said hi to you. I'm like, bro, kahan hai? And he's like, bro, inside the store. So we went inside the store. I opened her. I started talking to her, which was already, kind of awkward because she actually said hi to me first and I unknowingly ignored her. So now everything is going fine. I'm talking to her and everything's going well. And then I see this guy and a girl, one guy, one girl coming towards me, and I'm like, okay, bro, saman le nahi, kya dikkat hai? And the guy is coming closer, closer and closer. And then he takes his hand and he's like this, bro, bhara yo baat karni hai. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? And the girl is not saying anything. I'm like, bro, maybe something is wrong. So I went out and he said, bro, listen, you know what, she's my friend only, yaar, अपन लोग कार में बैठे थे, she was looking at you and she's like, बात करनी है, uncomfortable तो नहीं हो रहा है, तो ठीक है ना? मैंने कहा, I'm like, yeah, no, bro, it's fine, yaar, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, it's fine, it's chill, तू tension मत ले, it's chill. Now I went inside the store, she's still there, I'm talking to her again, everything is going fine. I actually got her number and then she left. Now I don't know what happened to me. I started thinking that maybe something more can happen. So I called her. I asked her, where do you actually put up? She told me that she lives just 5 minutes away from 24/7, and she told me that she's coming back to pick me up. And I'm thinking, yes bro, it was the right decision. देखा मेरे को पता ही था, सही करा. And then the car is there again. I'm very happy, and turns out that it's the guy. It's the guy. Remember the guy? And he's fucking drunk. He's like, bro, बैठ गाड़ी में बैठ, चलते हैं. I'm like, bro, मैं चलाता हूँ, let me drive. He's like, नहीं, तू बैठ ना, मैं चला रहा हूँ, तू बैठ. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's like 2 in the night. I don't know where the fuck I am going. This guy is fucking drunk and I'm gonna die because ये पक्का गाड़ी मारेगा. So I told him, bro, देख मेरे को चलाने दे, तू बैठ, क्या दिक्कत है, मैं हूँ ना, मैं चलाता हूँ, तू रास्ता बता आराम से. 5 मिनट लगे. After 5 minutes of discussion, he's like, okay bro, you drive the car. Now finally I reached the place. I opened the door. It's a very cute apartment, it's warm, वहाँ पे heater वगैरह कुछ है. I'm like, bro, finally. And suddenly I hear that someone is puking. It's a girl. Turns out that her friend had a breakup and she's the one puking and crying. I'm like, okay, वो क्या चल क्या रहा है? And later on I found out that there are 8 people in that apartment, and suddenly the apartment started feeling so small, right? Then after a shitstorm, everybody finally sat down. Now we're having a great time. Everybody's drinking. Everybody's getting high. Everybody's in a fun mood. And a friend of her, she starts asking me some weird questions. But I understood it, that she was just concerned, it makes sense, right? So I took it very lightly and, I gave answers, and everything is going fine now. Now finally I went to the bed, the girl is with me, and I woke up in the morning around 5 and I came back home. So was that a perfect set? Hell not. I was so fucking scared at times. I was like, okay, what is going on? What to do next? It's always like this, So game is gonna be messy and you have to be ready for that. It is not a fucking TV show where everything is gonna go smoothly, okay? They're gonna be ups, they're gonna be downs, they're gonna be moments when you will feel like everything is fucked, but it won't be. Given that you know how to handle it, obviously. Which brings me to the next point, which is, it's about how much action you take. Remember I told you that it's not the lack of perfection, but it's the lack of taking action. In your mind, you're thinking that you're not good enough, you have nothing interesting to offer, the girl won't talk to you, and because of that, you don't take action. But if you go out and you start taking a little bit of action, you will realize that you don't have to be perfect. You will realize that, okay, even if I'm not perfect, the girl is still talking to me. For you, it's gonna be like, okay, I walked up to a girl, I said hello, and she said hi to me. She actually talked to me, oh my god. And then it's gonna be like, I was talking to this girl and I said something stupid, and she did not leave. She was still there. She was talking to me. So these experiences, they will change your reality. If you think that you're different and you can never get good with girls, you are wrong. Some people are born with it, some people are not. I was not. You can actually learn it. You just need the right person to show it to you how it's done. So the other day I was watching this movie Extraction on Netflix, and I heard this thing in the movie. The kid says that you don't die when you fall into the river. You die when you stay inside the river and do nothing about it. So if you go out and start taking even a little bit of action, you will start gaining a lot of positive experiences. And these experiences will make you realize that you are actually enough. You will realize that girls actually want to talk to you. You will realize that girls are actually sweet. You will realize that girls don't hate you. And this will shape your new reality. You will understand that, okay, you already know game. You just have a lot of shit inside your head. Now when you will do this, you will start taking a little bit of action. You will start getting a little bit of results as well. Then one thing will happen to you. And this is something which happens to almost every guy in the pickup community. Why? Because it is not that simple to get over this mindset of I'm not good enough. It's not like you're gonna think that, okay, I don't have to be perfect, now I feel enough. It's not just that, there is more to it. You will start thinking that you're getting results because of techniques, because you were in state, or because of that one line which you used. This happens to everybody, because when you have the mindset that you're not good enough, it's not easy to get over it. Even when you get the results, you start thinking that it's not because of you, it's because of the techniques or because of the state. You start thinking that it's because of the external factors, or maybe you just got lucky. So when you get a number, when you get a date, you're going to think that, my line actually worked, or I was in state. It's not the technique, it's not the state, it's you. The problem is that you think that everything is happening because of game. It's not the technique, it's not the state, it's you. You are the game. You need to shift your focus from trusting game to trusting yourself. Because when you learn game, you absorb some new lessons, you go out and you practice, you are growing as a person. You are on a journey of growth. Now the techniques and the state, it actually helps, because when you are new, you need to know what to say, you need to know how to approach women, you need to know how to get the number, you need to know how to get her on a date. And that time, it's important to learn it, right? But overall, ultimately, it's you who's going on a journey of becoming better with women. And on that journey, you have these techniques, you have the state. Now these tools, they are just part of the journey. The results you're getting is because of you. So when you go out, you practice and you make some progress, be proud of yourself. Give the credit to yourself, because it's not the techniques, it's not the state you were in, it's not what you say, it's not that one line which worked, it's you. You're getting results because of you. Now coming to the main reason why you feel that you're not good enough, it's because you believe that you cannot give other people a good time because you're not able to give yourself a good time. Write this down. You believe that you cannot give other people a good time because you're not able to give yourself a good time. If you're not happy in your own life, if you're not doing what you love, if you're not able to give yourself a good time, how would others have a good time with you? Now when I say this, I don't mean that you have to be super successful or you have to be rich. What I mean is that you should be on the path, you should be on the journey towards growth. Now instead of watching TV shows whole day, eating bad food, getting fat and doing nothing about your goals, and still dreaming of having a ripped body, getting a hot girlfriend or becoming rich, it doesn't work that way. Nobody gives a damn about your dreams. Now people don't like people who are wasting their life. Even you won't like a person who's wasting his life, right? People don't want to be with people who are wasting their life. Even you won't like a person who's wasting his life, right? Now bro, you might be feeling a little uncomfortable right now, maybe a little triggered as well. I understand it. It's because we are having the real talk right here and it's not easy. But bro, you have to understand this, this is for your good. This is important for your growth, yeah. So instead of masturbation, when you go to the gym and lift some weights, you're gonna feel better. Like, okay, I feel better inside my body today. I did not watch porn. I actually went to the gym and I'm doing something which is helping me grow. So it's the little changes. Even if you are still a little chubby but you're working out, If you're still not rich but you're learning a skill which will help you in making money, if you're going out and you're learning how to talk to women, you have not achieved all of these things yet, but you're on the process. You're doing something about it every single day. When you do this, your brain starts thinking that, okay, I'm doing something every day, I'm learning something every day, I'm growing every day, and slowly you start feeling good about yourself. And over time you realize that, okay, if I'm feeling good about myself, I'm doing something in my life, I can talk to other people and I'm going to give them a good time as well. Why? Because now I'm having a good time with myself. I'm enjoying my life now. But if you're not doing something in your life towards what you want to achieve, you will feel like shit, because deep down you know that you're not doing what you should be doing, and that's going to reflect in your behavior. So if you feel that you're forcing yourself on others when you're talking to them, if you feel that you're disturbing a girl by approaching her, start doing something in your life. Start loving yourself, because when you start falling in love with yourself, when you start enjoying your life every day, you're going to feel like, okay, I'm enjoying my life every day, and if I'm going to approach that girl, she's going to enjoy it too, because I'm going to share my good emotions with her. Now this is a long-term solution, because you cannot turn your life around in a single day, right? Which means that obviously we need a quick solution, and I'm going to give it to you, so that when you go out, you feel that you're offering value to other people. You feel that you're not just taking something, you're giving something back. So that when you approach someone, you know that you're actually making their day better. The solution is stop overestimating other people. So when I started learning game, I used to think of other people as if they are perfect, as if they don't have any anxiety, they don't have any problems, and I am the only one who hates himself. I am the only one who's facing all of these problems. I used to think, others are totally social. They don't have a problem if they have to speak in a room full of people. They can do it. And then there is me. In my case, when I used to be in metro, I used to think that, how should I stand? People are looking at me. What if I am standing in a weird way? How should I stand? And if I used to see a group of people, a couple of people laughing, I used to think that they are actually making fun of me. So it was very extreme and very difficult. But when I started learning game, when I started going out, when I started talking to more people, I realized that, everybody has problems. Basically, my perspective expanded. I realized that, everybody gets stuck somewhere. Everybody feels anxiety. The tall boy, the pretty girl, everybody has some problems, and I'm not the only one. When I realized this, I did not feel alone anymore. I realized that there are more people like me. Now, my problems, they might be a little more intense as compared to other people, but everybody has problems. And when you understand this, you stop judging yourself so much, Instead of being like, fuck Aviraj, you went out and you did not do any approach. You understand that, okay, everybody has those moments, you're not the only one who's suffering from this. Instead of, detaching yourself from people, you have empathy for them. And when you have empathy for other people, you start having empathy for your own self. So let me tell you something, everybody is tired of their life. Like everybody is tired of living the same boring life every day, and you can literally see that on people's faces. Like if you go out to eat something, the guy who's taking your order is going to be like, yeah, what do you want? Okay, burger. And then he goes by. And then when you have to pay, he's like, yeah, it's 500 rupees. Like, just look around you. Everybody is dead. Like most people these days are like, there is no excitement, there is no energy, there is no, that factor. Everybody around you is just bored of their fucking lives. The reality of their world is boring and they're tired of it. So when you go out and you approach a girl with confidence, eye contact, tonality, right body language, she goes like, phew. Why? Because she's been walking the same road for weeks, months, or maybe years, and it has been same every single time. But now there you are, you're offering positive emotions, so you're making her boring life better. So do you know that when you approach a girl and you give her a compliment, she talks about that for a whole week with her friends? Why? Because first of all, most guys cannot do that. Secondly, guys are creepy. So when you're honest and you're genuinely complimenting her, she feels good, right? It's like the right kind of change she's looking for in her life. Now the next thing and the most important thing which you have to do is this. Stop comparing yourself with people. When you learn about game, when you find out about game, you see some videos, you see some infields, you see videos of me going out with girls on dates, getting numbers and going to parties. Now when you're going out and if you're thinking that, I'm going to get the number like how I saw Aviraj doing it in his infield. And if I don't get the number, I'm useless and I'm shit. And then you start thinking that you're useless and you just cannot do it. Bro, I've been doing this for years now, okay? You cannot get the same results in a week, obviously. Don't set the bar too high. Right now, just go out, take baby steps and practice it. If you're someone who feels anxiety while approaching, if you feel that, you're not even good enough for approaching, then if you're able to hold an interaction for 10 seconds, that's a win for you. And then if you come up to me saying that, bro, but others are getting dates, others are getting a lot of numbers, bro, that's not you. This is your journey. Don't compare yourself with other people who are already doing good. It's like you being very skinny, going to the gym and then comparing yourself with a guy who's already jacked and who has 16 inches arms already. There is no comparison. It's his journey, this is your journey. If you want to get to his level, you'll have to work hard, you'll have to be more consistent, you'll have to do the difficult stuff. So again, don't set the bar way too high. Find out the dreams you have and find out the areas of your life where you need to work. It could be fitness, relationship, game, business, anything. Find that out and start working on yourself so that you feel good about yourself. And once again, if you feel that you're not good enough and that you're not interesting enough, ask yourself this question. How do you make something interesting? By being interested in it first. So I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And before I go, if you want to become part of my WhatsApp group, all you have to do is that follow me on Instagram and send me a DM with your number and tell me that you want me to add you on the WhatsApp group. On the WhatsApp group, I share a lot of stuff. I talk to you personally. So if you're interested in learning this more, you can join it. I would love to help you. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay aesthetic.